Hi everyone! This is going to be a slightly different video from the ones I usually make. To start out, you may be asking yourself why I filmed this vertically instead of horizontally. This was originally intended to be a fun first impression review that I was going to put up as a 60-second short. But this foundation turned out to be such an experience that I felt I needed a little more time to fairly critique it. So let's jump in. This is the Gucci Eternity Day Beauty 24-hour full coverage luminous matte foundation, and here are the basics about this foundation. You'll see that I started out with just a few dots towards the center of my face, as they suggest, as this is supposed to be very full coverage. I had a really hard time blending this out. It was one of those that would get really thick. In some places, if I went over it more than once, it would remove the product, and when I tried to blend it out, it would just kind of streak on me. To be fair, they suggest fingers or a foundation brush, but even when I use those methods, which you'll see in a moment, I had the same results. When I was swatching this in Sephora, my little inner voice told me to ask for a sample of it to try it home first instead of jumping in and purchasing the bottle, and I'm very happy I did it for two big reasons. Number one is price. It's $69, so it's priced similarly to Chanel foundations. Not as expensive as La Prairie or La Mer, anything with a law in front of it, but still a good amount of money. Number two is shade options. I do have to compliment them on their shade range as it goes from very light to very deep, which is wonderful. But in the lighter shades, obviously what I was swatching for myself, it seemed almost as if every shade had a peachy undertone to it. It kind of reminded me of when I was searching for my shade in the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation, where even though it has names like neutral, cool, and warm, they all seem to be a better fit for those with kind of a peaches and cream type complexion. On the flip side, if you have this peaches and cream type complexion, Gucci may be a really great fit for you. And for those sensitive to fragrance, be aware that this does have one. I've stated before that I'm not usually very sensitive to fragrance, but this one even kind of felt a little bit irritating and made my skin a little bit itchy. But the biggest issue I had with this one was just the fact that it made my skin look worse. It was cakey in some areas, it didn't adhere well in others, and it emphasized my pores and fine lines. From reading through the reviews, it seemed that those with oily skin had much more luck with it than those with dry skin. And my own assessment, this may just be one that looks better on skin that's not as textured or lined. I hope you have a beautiful week. I'll see you soon.